since we're talking about the
Okay, here we go. We're back on the air right now.
Mummy.
We're starting Kane's on
Brendan
Doom
Fraser.
Patrol.
Doom Patrol highlights.
Andrew really loves Doom Patrol. He loves Brendan Fraser. We're going to get that out. We're into the second half of the 5th season. We've had a week break,
I
halftime.
also love Matthew Palmer.
And we are... Yeah, Donna loves Matthew Palmer. Like, Donna loves White Collar, which she is on.
Yes. Thank you for letting me know.
His name on White Collar is Neil Caffrey. He's a con artist who gets arrested by the... Dude, because she watches it all the time. Like,
I'm glad you take an interest.
it's not a bad show, White Collar. It's better than Doom Patrol.
No. Don't say shit like that.
Anyway, this week we watched...
Amazing. If
we-
you can find it, watch it.
We watched Monster Squad, John's pick. I forgot what round we're on. 3? Is this your third pick? that
Yes,
you've
it
done?
is.
So round 3 is moving, coming off of
I can tell you my two.
Charlie's last one,
We
which
all
was
know
fucking
Andrew's.
crazy, and then we did Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds, which turned into a shit show because Andrew brought whiskey before we went on break, and we got hammered.
Well, yeah, that was a really loud episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You and Ashley debated for about half an hour, passive aggressively.
Did we?
Yeah.
I think it was the anger of Amityville Horror coming out.
Oh, yeah. That whiskey will do that.
Demons were talking.
So, Monster Squad. What year did this fucking movie come out,
I
John?
think 87.
87, right?
Yep, 1987, right on the back.
87. This movie basically.
5?
Years.
Oh, you.
Oh.
I was 5.
It's like it
years
says fucking 87 on here. They lost the copyright for 2 years.
This movie is right in the same vein as, like, The Goonies,
Yeah.
with a group of misfit friends.
It.
Yeah. Stand By Me,
Stand By
all
Me.
those kid movies. They're hanging out in a tree house, and they are absolutely fucking obsessed
right here.
with monsters.
But here's the tagline. You know who to call when you have ghosts, but who do you call when you have monsters?
Monster Squad!
Which we'll save that for the very end. Because you find out real quick who you need to call. So rewind it back to Transylvania. Dracula busts out. He's trying to look for Van Helsing's amulet. He's killing people.
How do you get to America?
On a plane. He's on a plane, Kane.
But this is 100 years before.
But this is 100 years
Transylvania.
before he's on that plane.
Oh, yes, I forget that.
Like, we
actually
find out
happened.
what his motivation is in that first scene.
Yes.
Then fast forward, and they've excavated the coffin for Dracula. He's on that plane. As we're simultaneously meeting the members of the Monster Squad, as they show the principal, like a spider boy or some shit, like
Spider with human head.
spider with human head drawing,
Oh, yeah.
that they get written up for having.
Spider.
Which, I mean,
Super awesome.
today,
And the teacher whose
Like
head
today-
looks like a cat, and they call her Meow Mix.
yeah. Like, these are all offenses that today there would be no punishment for.
You're right.
Like, the equivalent of what those kids did in today's world would be like, you brought a gun to school.
Yeah.
Like
Dude.
You're
They,
passing
like-
around nudie pictures.
yeah, they're really treating
It's a
these.
spider with a human head.
Yeah, they're really treating these boys like they
being
need
fucked by
serious, serious psychological evaluation. It's a fucking like
They call
fat
both of
spider
them,
with a
too.
human head.
They called it both of them. That was like...
I'm surprised they didn't call in the whole squad. Bring them all in.
we know you guys
all
are
have something to do with this drawing this kid just did.
collusion. All of
Bring,
you.
bring Eugene in. Bring them all in. Bring the dog in. Goddammit! Like,
It's a big part of the squad.
I mean, he kills the mummy.
Big part of it.
but yeah, so these kids love monsters.
Horse is the best.
Jesus. Horse is the tubby one, if you're keeping track. Andrew's favorite one is the tubby
If you've watched this movie, you know.
AKA Fat Kid. That's literally.
My name's Horace.
There's Sean. Sean's kind of the leader. There's Eugene, who's like the nerdy character, but he's also like 5 years younger than everybody else. He has a beagle as his sidekick throughout it.
He also gets the most fucked up shit that happens to him.
Like the Mikey of the group.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much like
Very
Mikey
much like
meets
that.
Zach Morris type thing. He wears that sweet white jacket for the second and third act.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the bus.
Whoa.
He knows what I'm talking
Yeah.
Sean's little
So, boo boo, what do you do?
Sean's little sister.
Phoebe.
And then Phoebe, and then what's the biker kid?
Rudy.
Rudy. So they're kind of just this ragtag bunch that hangs out, like we mentioned, the Breakfast Club or the Goonies or the Losers Club. They just kind
Definitely a lot of, yeah.
With sick posters all over the wall.
Yes.
each of these kids' collections, respectively, all very much
Oh, yeah.
like in today's world, they would not be outcasts. They'd be around this table with us.
Yes.
I think we are those.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think we're
I'm
on the
pretty,
same
I would
page.
be friends with you.
I'm pretty sure I had the superhero stuff all over my bedroom too.
I think I do have whole wallpaper now. There might have been a time.
We all knew that middle schooler that was smoking cigarettes, riding a bike.
Have you not seen my office? Like, have you not seen my office? Like,
You've seen your office.
how have we not?
We're also in your kitchen, Jimmy, which is
Also,
I mean, a haunted mansion theme. So
also, Brian and Tim, how have we not done a Monster Squad panel?
This needs to happen.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
that is.
I feel like all these people are not working regularly and can be very much accessible to an appearance.
Be
At
fucking
said Sinister
awesome.
Creature
Would you
Con.
bring in the monsters or the kids?
All of them, dog.
Sure.
As
Oh,
many
yeah.
as we can.
Yeah.
And if we go virtual this October, that may be something that we start trying to collaborate and make happen, because that would be pretty dope. That'd be a nice Halloween virtual or in-person panel.
Yeah.
I could do.
A Monster Squad reunion. Anyway, so Dracula breaks out of the plane as the one of the people operating the plane thinks that he's gonna win by releasing the cargo door, and Dracula just turns into a bat and flies out, which at like 30,000 feet probably isn't feasible, but fuck, we're in the 1980s and this is a monster movie.
It's also Dracula.
If it was, that's
He's no normal bat. Come
that's.
on.
I was gonna say that's true.
He's already dead.
And he's proven that he can be lazy, but when he's pissed, his powers exceed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which,
in
by
fact,
the way,
he does not like using his hands unless he absolutely has to.
I mean, by the way, this group, I feel like we've
Can't hold
seen
this
pretty
hammer.
much.
Okay, can't hold this hammer. I need the Wolfman to hold the hammer.
I pretty much think we've seen every version of Dracula, and even though this movie has a hocus pocus vibe, this Dracula, very mean.
Oh, he's what put the dick in Dracula. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. But you know what I mean.
He's a dick?
Yes.
Okay. Like, that could be misconstrued in a number of ways, the way that you just...
At
I
least,
feel like you
definitely
wanna
from
put-
the last podcast.
I feel like I feel like you want to put the dick in Dracula, okay?
He's kind of mean. I don't like him mean.
But the ragtag team of monsters that Dracula hunts down and resurrects are the Wolfman, who is like a meth addict,
And hates himself and wants to die.
wants to die. He's begging to be locked up.
Literally every time you see him, he's either begging you locked in jail or begging you to kill him.
Yeah. He also reminds me of the dude.
Unless he's wolfed out, then he's
Yeah.
cool as fuck.
Right.
He's just
yeah.
like a lapdog.
Then he's
the
on the
harbinger
prowl.
of death.
He's like,
He reminds me a lot of the dude who's been in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. He was in Armageddon.
Steve Buscemi?
Yes, Steve Buscemi.
Oh, wow.
When he's a human, he kind of reminds me of Steve Buscemi a little bit.
I love Steve Buscemi, but he's a lot worse looking.
Then we have the creature from the Black Lagoon, who is actually probably one of the dopest creatures of the Black Lagoon since the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
The only thing that bugged me is the eyes. That's a little bit too big.
No,
No,
he's
that was
he's
awesome.
freaking rad.
Head to toe badass creature costume.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
pretty dope. Then we have
I want eyes I can look into. Not ones that stare at me.
we have Frankenstein, who is kind of like a crossover between the Hammer version and the. So we got Frankenstein. He's like a combination of the classic and the Hammer version. It's more flesh toned.
Yeah, he is pretty fleshy.
But he's a lovable. Lovable.
He often puff and blow you down.
He doesn't like being scary.
No.
He's more lovable than anything, and he's under Dracula's control because he doesn't know any better.
That's how you start on gangs, guys. You just.
And you have the Mummy,
That
who is
whole
kind of like the classic version of the Mummy. He's just kind of done up more.
This is
More
the most
grim.
terrifying.
Like a zombie version.
I think he might be the scariest out of all the monsters, actually.
Well, and this happened before the Brendan Fraser one, where they had more of the gooey, ugly-looking mummy. Before, it was always
Just like-
Boris Karloff
yeah.
with just kind of the
Yeah.
makeup done, or like full wraps on the face. This was
I
like
don't know,
actual
this one just,
deteriorating.
like,
Yeah.
totally got me when I was young too.
Oh,
Watching
yeah.
it, like, dude, that mummy is scary
Mhm.
as fuck.
This one got me when I was older. I was like, ooh.
I don't want to see that in my closet.
No, fuck no.
It's like once you smell him walking around.
I know. That's what I never get. I'm like, okay, if there's a wolf man around, you're gonna smell a big fur and beast. It's gonna be like a wet dog smell running through your house, alright? Dracula, he's gonna smell like grandpa. All the time. 110%.
Vanilla.
Oh yeah. Definitely like dick cheese, guys. Like, that's what Dracula's
It's Frankenstein's a monster with
Oh,
a
yeah.
rotting corpse
Oh
walking
yeah,
around.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna smell his fucking, and you probably smell like burnt flesh, like, because, he always comes
Yeah.
back,
Yeah, you gotta use electricity to reanimate.
Yeah, so he's definitely gonna smell like burnt hair for sure. Like, just walking
The creature
around.
from the Black Lagoon's gonna be
Fishy as fuck. Or maybe like frog? Like swampy?
Probably swampy because they're in like Louisiana.
Yeah.
See, I
Area.
imagine him to be like when you get if you were to go fishing and you catch a bunch of fish and then you gotta like open the ice chest to get the fish out at the end of the
That
day.
smell.
That musk, that fish.
We'd go into a
musk.
fish market,
Yeah.
be deep in the fish
Do
market.
you guys want to know what I picture when I saw? Have you ever had frog legs before? Like deep fried frog legs?
No.
They smell like fucking terrible. Like, and like, so like, I
That's what-
imagine they smell like that. It's like deep fried, like.
But we're not frying him in
But I feel like he's like out like in the open and he's got like swampy, so he's like super dry.
He's in those Louisiana swamps right now, coming up through
That's why when they all
sewers.
gather around the coffin, he's just like, like trying to breathe. You kept wondering.
Yeah,
what he
so
was
when
doing?
they animate Frankenstein, so Dracula's got like this staff that he like rides in on Dean Winchester's fucking Chevelle for a minute, and it's got
It's
this.
hers. It's not.
Yeah, it's a hearse, man.
That's what he said. And I was like,
Tricked out hers.
He's got this skull attached to the hood, and then he uses the skull to conduct electricity through the staff to reanimate Frank. And at this point, the Wolfman and creature and the mummy are all kind of surrounding Frank, waiting for him to
They
wake up.
rejoice.
The creature from the Black Lagoon is panting like a hairy dog in the middle of a summer day. Like, the creature literally looks like a fish out of water, like dying.
Seriously.
And his big ass fish eyes really lead you to believe that he is struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
see him bulge a little bit, like SpongeBob when he's dried up. Yeah.
That's like one thing you really notice about him is his freaking eyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're huge.
Like, he does not want to be out of the water.
No.
I don't blame him.
I mean, look what happens to him when he comes out of the water.
Like, literally, like, you
Has
fucking
not
get
been a
trolled
good
by some
story.
fucking dick
He
Dracula.
does
And
look
then,
like he's struggling to breathe when he's.
And then the
walking
fat
around.
kid shoots him in the chest with a shotgun. Like, he
I just wish when you
is
pop
the
out of the
most
sewer.
disappointing of the
I
monsters.
wish when he popped out of the sewer, you just heard one cop go, "Oh shit!"
So instead,
he did start like the way he kills people too. By the way, he has these teeth that he fucking fangs out all the time, but he just squashes their heads.
yeah, he's like Kingpin from Spider-Man.
Well, he does have insane super strength because he picks up the freaking coffin with Frankenstein's monster over his head
Yeah.
and throws it all the way onto land.
And so that's why he was crushing skulls out there.
Yeah, he's also punching manholes out.
Yeah.
It's like a Ninja Turtle.
Straight up. He is literally a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, so the whole plot of this thing is Dracula's trying to get this amulet. I feel like instead of talking about the whole movie, we should just discuss each monster's character arc.
Let's do that.
So there's Creature. Creature meets his end with a shotgun blast to the chest.
After
Wolfman.
squashing heads.
Wolfman is a tweaker, like we mentioned, and throughout the film, he's Dracula's right-hand man for a while. Until, what is the turning point? Oh, Dracula drugs him and ties him to a chair. And
Because he turned back into human.
Right.
It wasn't useful.
right.
So Dracula's like, bitch, turn back into that.
Yeah, he's like, why don't you slip into something more comfortable?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get a bite.
Yeah.
And he goes and he makes 3 brides.
Yeah.
Like, Dracula is really a motherfucker. Like, he is not a nice guy.
Like every other Dracula, there's like the whole romance, like love story involved. Not this Dracula. He is out to fucking
Motherfucker's
murder
just like-
children.
Yeah, like with dynamite for fucking. He's not like Dracula killing
save him-
kids. He's
save
like,
him-
he's like I'm so mad. I'm just gonna blow you up. I don't want to eat you because you're gross. Like I want to kill you. I just want to kill you.
I'm gonna suck your blood, dynamite.
No, fuck that,
Die.
you little shit. Just fucking blow up.
It's the modern age. I got dynamite on my
Fucking,
side.
like chicken wings. I'm just gonna fucking gnaw on your bones for a
It's
little
only
bit.
been 100 years, and I know how to use dynamite.
Right.
But the Wolfman, because save Dracula for the end, because he's the best story.
Is he the best?
Yes.
Oh,
The
no, Wolfman did blow up.
Wolfman.
Wolfman's a savage in
That
this
motherfucker
movie.
Wow.
So yeah, Wolfman tries to warn Sean's dad, who Sean's dad is
Weird cop.
played by Mel Gibson, and he's partnered with Danny Glover.
This is actually the
Oh
origin
my
stories
God.
for
Lethal
Or
Weapon.
maybe it's the final episode.
it's like
I
the
mean,
Mac and Dennis version.
If the dynamite rolled under the car and he went, I'm too old for this shit. That would have been epic.
Oh god.
Damn, Briggs. The Wolfman, he like tries to do the right thing, but he turns back into a wolf. And the first attempt at killing him is Mel Gibson throws some dynamite in his pants and shoves him out a window. And he blows up into a bunch of pieces, but he hasn't been shot with a bullet, silver bullet. So he mends himself back together like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And then eventually Rudy shoots him in the chest with a silver bullet.
He sews himself back there. He just-
Well, he pieces himself back
Attaches
together.
back together.
Jesus, Kane. Like,
Well, I was just like picturing him sewing himself. It didn't happen.
Wolfman
Alright.
doesn't know how to sew, but Wolfman has nards.
No, man. He wouldn't do it if he wanted. He's like, fuck, I want to die. Just stay there.
Creature from Black Lagoon, he doesn't do anything. He pops out of a manhole cover in the final battle, and the fat kid immediately just shoots him with a shotgun because no one of the fat kid's friends
Would help him.
are helping him. Right. And so it's either shoot the creature with a shotgun or be eaten by the
Courage was
creature.
as big as his gut.
Do you think the creature would eat Horace?
Yes.
Yeah.
With like frog legs?
Yes.
Yeah, you're really on the frog
I'm
leg
going
thing.
there. I'm gonna keep going there until we're done.
Creature had like a Michael Myers type of thing to where he's just walking. He's not even
Yeah.
running. He's like stalking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was
I don't
going
know,
to
did
eat him.
any of the monsters run?
Wolfman.
Well, and I guess Dracula briskly walks towards the girl.
Yeah, he freaking is staring that shit
he
down.
Darth Vader's that shit.
Yeah. Dude, now we know what they stole that scene
Yeah,
from.
that's exactly where it came from, by the way.
How are we gonna do the scene for Rogue One? Oh man, I just watched Monster Squad the other day.
You guys remember that shit? He just fucking annihilated everyone in his path.
Eyes on the prize and
Yeah.
just eliminating
Yeah.
people.
And then there's Frankenstein, who's just a lovable guy.
Oh, he's such a nice.
And I do like that they did a good job of implementing the whole thing from like the original with the little girl playing with the flowers.
Yeah.
That was kind of a cool little nod.
and he kind of saves the day. He helps stall Dracula to the point where they can open the portal.
Helps the monster squad.
Helps the monster squad. Says goodbye. The little girl gives him his stuffed dog to take
really
to hell
weird.
with him.
Sean pointed out, now we'll never unsee. I'm like, what?
Dude,
Scoots to one side of the bench, but then
Yeah,
appears
so-
on back on the other side.
yeah,
Which way did she run from?
We'll
Wait a
save it
second.
after the end because that is just fucking mind-boggling. How that
Horrible
got left in.
editing.
Like, I
And
I don't
this is
understand.
even the 20th anniversary edition. They couldn't go back
They
and
could have
fix that.
remastered it. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, we CGI'd Jabba the Hutt into a Star Wars, but we couldn't fucking
fix that.
fix
scene.
that bench scene? Fucking Lion's Gate? Jesus Christ. So,
Too busy focusing on that black soul. I don't.
and then there's
They're doing
Dracula,
all the
who
Saw
is-
movies.
Yeah.
Dracula is a true harbinger of death. Like, he delivers lines like,
Do we talk about
meeting
Mummy?
adjourned. Oh, we haven't talked about Mummy. Mummy is
Mummy.
a creepy zombie
Yeah.
mummy.
And it all starts with
Hangs out in kids'
a
closets.
mummy disappeared from the museum. That's when
Oh,
they go to investigate. And
Oh,
they're
my-
like,
yeah.
"What, he just walked out?"
that's exactly what he did, you guys. That ambulance brought that motherfucker.
Yeah, he hangs out in the Frankenstein revival, and he goes into Eugene's
Eugene's
closet for a little while.
The mummy came out of the closet,
Mommy
you
came
guys.
in my house.
Poor child.
And then he just kind of meets his end by hanging on the back of a car, and then Rudy attaches some of his wrappings to an arrow.
Which
and
the dog made the move, though.
shoots.
Yeah.
The
Dog grabbed
like,
the wrappings and handed it back to Rudy.
Yeah, the real star of the movie is that dog. Motherfucker's
He got a kill. I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Assist.
Yeah. An alley
It's
oop.
like an assist.
Rudy is like MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rudy kills all of them.
Yeah, he's like,
Except for
So creature.
The creature, yeah.
oh,
And-
Horace!
Yeah, but
That
Rudy-
monster squad's not a very good squad, actually. Like the
It's
B
Rudy.
characters. Yeah,
It's Rudy in the squad.
it's Rudy and the fat kid with the dog. And the
The
traumatized little kid.
Yeah.
The other two don't do shit.
Dude, that one kid is useless throughout the
I
whole
mean, yeah,
movie.
he didn't do anything.
Oh, the blonde's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
No, he's completely
He's just
useless in this
along for
film.
the ride.
I mean,
He's there to basically ask his sister if she's
He
a
can't
virgin.
even
yeah,
ask
and
her.
he didn't.
And yeah, you're right. Couldn't even ask her. Rudy had to do it.
Rudy's like, it's your show. And
He's coughing while doing
the kid's like, are you a virgin? Are you a virgin?
Have you been boinked?
it. Bedort.
Dork, I'm sorry. It's just as bad.
Which, to that kid's defense, that kid's not going to want to ask his sister that.
Yeah, no one should have to ask their sister that.
I don't want my brother asking me that.
I mean, they have pictures
When
of
you
it
have a
happening.
child, I would hope that he knows.
I'm like, what the heck?
Did they have pictures of it?
What?
The
Of her undressing?
They have her,
Yeah.
and the brother was reaching for that photo.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I was trying to justify it, but like, he's trying to grab it back. So, for instance, no.
I'm like, you should have been the one sitting on the ground, like, what?
Yeah. It said it was Eugene sitting with the
Yeah, he said, I don't know what's happening. They're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, Eugene's just playing with his dog.
he's a kid.
He doesn't
That's what he should be doing. For fuck's sake, let's
Yeah.
kidnap his dog.
Uh,
Go jumping for naked photos? He's like 6.
It's like they had like Sean and the fat kid doing it, and they're probably like, "No, this ain't enough. Why don't you get in it?"
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then after they shot it, wait, that's my sister. That's okay.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I mean, if they're going to leave the bench thing in, they're going to leave that in. They're not going to... I got to imagine they did this shit in like 1 to 2 takes for every scene.
Oh my god.
Like, do we need to no.
The doctoring of the peeping Tom, guys. Fucking.
Listen, I've got a name called Coke. We're done filming for today.
Like, I
Yeah,
can't.
we edited it. I don't
I don't
give a shit.
You kid, just get the fuck out of here. I just need to do a line and
This
get
is a
the
kids
fuck
movie.
out.
They ain't gonna know the difference.
Yeah.
Adults aren't gonna be watching this
Yeah.
years from now.
Right. Those photos that you're holding up, those are actually of my wife, and I need to do a line of coke right now because that is fucked.
I'm either gonna do some blow or I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out. So let's hurry this process along.
Fuck.
I wonder how this stayed at the box office.
So, dude, I bet this movie made a shitload of money.
I
don't know.
think it did. Because I honestly didn't watch this until I was like 30. I didn't hear of it. Did you?
I mean, I definitely saw it before I was 30.
But did you watch it as a kid? Because you guys watched it as a kid, right? Yeah.
Its budget was $12 million.
Oh shit!
I believe it.
Wow.
There's a lot of effects in this movie,
Yeah.
dude.
This movie is like the special effects.
And its grand total box office in the U.S. is $3.8 million.
Ooh, yeah.
Damn.
It's definitely a
It
cult classic.
bombed hard.
I'm not bomb as bad as that one that we talked about a couple weeks ago, the Peter Jackson one
Oh fuck!
that made like
Oh,
$200 million.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because they did like $2 million, right? Or something?
yeah.
Yeah, or $3 million. It was $3 million to make.
I mean, technically, this lost way more money, but it.
Yes. Yeah. But I feel like over time it's probably made it back.
I hope so.
So Dracula, yeah, he's trying to get this amulet. We got like a little Van Helsing reference with creepy German guy who just
Old German guy.
no, it's creepy German guy.
Mm-hmm.
He feeds the kids pie,
Mm-hmm.
and
With two knives.
which Horace says creepy German is bitchin'.
Mm-hmm.
And then speak of another weird little twist that they just decided to throw in for no fucking reason whatsoever.
With a little backstory on scary German.
Yeah,
guy.
they ask him, "Do you believe in monsters?" And he says,
They said, "You
like,
know a
they're
lot about
real
monsters."
in all forms or some shit.
Yeah.
And you see his Holocaust tattoo.
Yeah, he's got the numbers on his arm.
That is not relevant to this plot at all.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
means he knows a lot about monsters.
yeah.
It's not
Even
relevant
Nazis.
to the plot.
There's a lot of German in this movie, actually. Like, they all came from Germany, right? Or did
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing did? Yeah.
And that's why they needed to go to him, because the
Yeah.
diary was all in German.
My guy, you don't need to make him a Jewish Holocaust survivor.
Gives
But-
him some backstory.
Dude,
Makes
Hitler, like, there's always those stories about Hitler being, like, super into, like,
the occult.
yeah.
You really think they went that deep with this?
I think by that tattoo.
You think
yes.
when they were writing, let's give him a Holocaust tattoo, they were like,
I bet you.
sitting around the boardroom. Oh, well, it's a known fact that Hitler really liked the occult, so I think a lot of people are going to get that deep dig when we throw the Holocaust tattoo on his wrist. Which, by the way, if you look at Holocaust tattoos, they didn't even place the fucking tattoo right on his arm.
No.
His Holocaust tattoo's like diagonally across his forearm. It should be never mind. The point is, it's not.
How have you been studying?
The point is that we didn't need it. Just feed the fat kid pie.
Bro. Just live with it. It's fine.
Like, you could have just as easily have, like, I'm living with it. Like,
it just goes to show you that scary German guy went through some shit.
Yeah, that's why
yeah,
he's
so
so
just
scary.
like do like a scar or a burn or something.
Yeah, I get
Like-
it. I agree.
That's a pretty big scar.
Like, you
just
could
having
have
that
fucking,
tattoo.
you
That
could have
says a
took
lot.
it in multiple directions, but along the way you decided
Most people
Holocaust
from the
tattoo.
I mean,
This, I think it's because of that is what's giving him the drive to help the kids to fight the monsters.
that's
I thought you were serious for a second. I'm like, holy
I'm a
shit.
little bit there with that. Actually, I think that's
That could have been their reason.
it's the courage, man. The courage
He hates monsters so much.
that he will fight any one of
Oh
them.
my god.
I can't with that. Which, by the way, if he was a Holocaust
He's a survivor, Jimmy. Just get over it. Just let him
He
be
is-
a survivor.
the timeline of that does not add up
Been
whatsoever.
40 years?
He looks like he's 50 years old.
No, he looks like he's like
No,
60
yeah,
or
he definitely
70.
looks like he's 6 years. I would even go 80.
Yeah, I could go for that.
That guy is not 80 years old.
I mean, he looks pretty fucking old.
IMBD the dude. And then what year did the movie come out?
87.
So we're gonna find out what year he was born on IMDb.
I would go from 60 to 80 before I do
I'm gonna
anything
do
more.
it. Never mind.
You really, yeah.
We are really involved in
There's
Scary
also-
German Guy.
I know. Like,
story.
Scary German Guy has taken over this whole podcast right now.
For being such a small character that you apparently don't care about his background.
I know.
We're-
And now we're like looking up the fucking characters.
We are digging deep.
Yeah. I wonder if you type in why did they insert that into there, there's probably a whole storyline behind it.
Oh, Christ.
It's probably like one of the family members of the guy who made it was like
He,
a fucking Holocaust
he was
victim. That's
born
why
in
he-
1917.
Fuck you. Right there. That's perfect.
He died in 2012 at 94.
So 87 minus
So he's
16.
60. No.
60.
Yeah. I said between 60 and 80.
I think he was
Yeah.
also Dune,
So he'd be in 7. He'd be 7.
Waterworld.
He does not like. Damn, he was in Waterworld.
He's actually a really popular actor, isn't
Who the fuck is Elder? What is that?
That's an,
he? We have derailed this whole thing.
fifth student.
Alright, so he's been in stuff, but maybe not the main character.
He was in Amityville 2,
Interesting.
Chancellor.
Even lesser role.
Not a whole lot of named roles. It was like character actors.
Cocaine and Blue Eyes.
Cocaine.
He was in a movie called Cocaine and Blue Eyes.
I want to see that now.
Down to
That's the little girl now.
oh sure.
Oh wow.
It all kind of boils down to this final showdown in the town square. Dracula blows up the Monster Squad treehouse by throwing some dynamite in it and saying meeting's adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
By the way,
Then he
probably
turns
best
around.
catchphrases for 80s monsters in this movie.
He has a
There's Rudy
standoff.
nowadays.
Oh. Give me Horace. What's Horace look like?
Well,
Tell me what
hello,
Horace is.
Rudy.
Come on, come on.
My goodness.
Give me fat kid.
I love the
Danielle's invested in Ruby.
He has no pictures.
Horace doesn't? Oh, he just got fatter than. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
That's usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
His star meter's in the
Still
red.
just the picture of the kid.
In the red.
His star meter's in the red.
What does that mean? Does it mean he's
I don't know. View rank on
It's going to be a
IMDb
very
Pro.
easy interview to get. That's what it gets. That's what it translates to.
Please God, put him on the show.
Holy shit. Did he, oh crap, did he die? He did die at 22 years old.
Jesus
no.
Christ. The fat kid.
Yeah,
Horace?
Brett Chalem. He was in 1997. It's 22 years
Horace?
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he die?
I don't know.
Wow.
Spell his name. We're going to find out how
It's
he died.
Brent Chalem. Chalem.
Wow. Man, so sorry for your
Yeah, we
family.
apologize for laughing about
No,
Star Power.
we
earlier.
actually enjoyed
Damn,
his...
he died in Vegas.
Oh.
It's going to be a good story.
No. Don't.
Whatever happened to... oh, fuck.
Are you
Okay, so the title of this article is Whatever Happened to Brent Chalem from Monster Squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing a lot of people grew up in the 80s, don't remember the movie Monster Squad. It means they certainly don't recall Brent Chalem, who played Horace. If you want to be perfectly honest, Horace probably had one of the best lines in the whole movie, since it seemed to come out of nowhere, intended to be what people would remember for the most part. Was a popular child actor back in the 80s, but he usually had small roles that didn't afford him a lot of screen time. He appeared on Quantum Leap. Damn, Kane.
I love one.
I do love that
Danced
kid.
Till Dawn, but was about as far as he went. After a short period of his career, he bowed out of show business. So Brent Horace, went on to study law after appearing on Quantum Leap and some other things. And he died. How did he die?
Studied law. At
97. He passed away from pneumonia.
Oh shit.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
After trying to pursue a law degree, he passed away from pneumonia.
Did he get like an accident that then caused him to die of pneumonia? Because dying of pneumonia when you're 22 is not very common.
I'm not really digging that deep into it.
I just,
Yeah.
I feel like Dracula came back and got him because he's a dick. The fucking creature was like, bitch.
I mean,
Kill me.
is it common in
one of the
country?
side things
Yeah,
was
Vegas.
labeled.
Oh, did it say Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Doesn't really talk about how he contracted pneumonia, but he did die of pneumonia.
That's crazy.
Everybody else from the movie is alive?
Besides
Some of the older guys may not be,
I mean,
but
scary Germans probably.
as far as the kids go,
No.
I think the rest of the kids are still alive.
So Dracula kills the black cop in the film, like with no fucks given, because they have a standoff.
No,
Sean's-
he's killing everyone. No fucks given.
Dracula has no prejudice. He's a dick with dynamite, and he's literally just blowing everyone up. Whenever he blew up the kid's fucking like hangout spot, I was like, man, that's a
All
dick
those
move.
posters and nostalgia. Just go.
It's a lot of like baseball cards up there.
All the nudie photos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, his sister. So they need a virgin to like
So she
say
wins.
this enchantment to get Dracula to get sucked into this wormhole.
And guess what? Sister's not.
It's limbo.
Yeah, the sister is not a virgin, doesn't work, so they get the little sister, they get Sean's little sister to start to say it. Dracula has his Rogue One Darth Vader moment that John mentioned, where he's just killing cops left and right on his march to little sister. His true bastard essence comes through as he picks up the little girl, says, "Give me the ambulance, you bitch." Frankenstein shows up to save the day. Bogus.
Just tosses like ragdoll.
Just ragdolls Dracula onto a spike.
Silver spike, we're assuming. Of some sorts.
A metal one.
Metal.
Doesn't kill him.
He's smoking, so I just assumed.
But the wormhole opens. Cops, people, and monsters all get sucked in.
Trucks.
Lots of cops.
Trucks. Yeah, lots of cops.
Benches.
Dead bodies. Almost a dog.
Almost the dog.
But the dog makes it through.
What's the dog's name?
Oh, who gives a shit? Just a beagle.
Badass beagle.
Isn't it Pete?
I think I thought
Yeah.
Go away, Pete.
Pete.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Pete.
Okay, Pete the Beagle makes it through the movie. I'll tell you how you make us care a lot more. You kill one of the kids.
Damn. That'd be a remake.
Like if
they did in real life.
Yeah, they took care of that in real
Really?
life.
Sorry.
Which honestly, if you're casting or if you're writing it for today's audience, the fat kid is not the one to die. There's too many people who want the fat kid to make it. There's too many fat people who want.
I would say have it be the kid that didn't
does
do
nothing.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Should've died.
the brother will
Right away?
die.
You
And the
should have a
girl
creature
would.
just pop his head.
Give the creature some street cred. Get him. I'd like to be the one to kill one of the kids.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what happened.
Dracula's a dick, but dude, you killed that kid.
Creature murdered that child.
Just popped his head like a pimple. I don't understand.
Yeah, actually, if they remade this, man, it would be like
Oh man, we would make
to
it
see them push it
If you
further.
could remake this,
I would make
movie,
it so much funnier, like because you could really take this.
So if you remade this,
You can either go
movie right
more
now,
comedy or darker.
So
yeah,
this-
yes.
So this movie ends.
Because you can,
Everyone is, defeated, and
Dracula tries to grab Sean.
the last line is, "Who you gonna?" The army shows up. Eugene wrote a letter.
Dracula could just kill the kid. That's like he's still in the fucking house.
Don't forget the sad part. Frankenstein has to go.
Frankenstein, has a touching moment with the little girl
On the bench.
says goodbye,
Very Wizard of Oz status.
and then
Flies in there like spoons.
Yeah,
Sean says, "We're the monster squad to the army." They
Everyone else
pose.
gets carried away violently in this black hole, but for some reason Frankenstein's got like total control over it.
Boy.
Yeah, it's like he's like train setting to heaven. Everyone else straight up ways to hell. Like circle, like getting stuck into like a fucking like garbage disposal. And Frankenstein's like,
Frankenstein
ah!
True.
He doesn't know any better.
Oh,
Why is it
so he just lets it happen? I mean, he was fighting originally for it, so then he just stopped? I don't understand.
Just let it happen. I belong dead.
Special.
Bro.
I mean, if you would have thrown that out. We belong dead.
We belong dead, boy.
The Wolfman's dead body gets sucked up in there too, right?
Oh, yeah. Of
Oh, yeah,
course.
probably.
I think it's not fucking
So
grabbing onto anything. They're not.
it's got to clean up all the evidence.
I mean, they could easily do a Monster Squad 2 Werewolf's Paradise because he, like, literally just turned half the town into werewolves by scratching them all when he was fighting them all. Because the werewolf went down to town. Like,
Which, good point. This is a pretty small town.
Yeah.
And we've seen this police department. There isn't that many cops.
No,
but for
the
some reason,
There's a lot of cops.
a lot of cops in that end scene are showing up.
Well, I mean,
Well,
especially
they're all
in the yard.
dead. There's no cops left. There's
I can
Mel
imagine a radio
Gibson.
call, yeah.
Mel Gibson
All of our
is the
cops are
only
dead.
cop.
Send it back up from the next town.
Yeah. Was it really the kid's letter, or did, like, the cops go, we need the National fucking Guard, you guys. We're fucked.
There's monsters. You guys are crazy. But we
Yeah.
did get this letter from this child.
Yeah, this kid was also very
It's starting to
worried.
make sense.
Let's put 2 and 2 together here, guys. Bring the tape.
So, if you were gonna remake this to today's market, who would you cast as the monsters?
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, Doug Jones definitely be.
Oh, yeah.
The fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gilman.
Damn, you really are doing
Shape of Water.
I mean, he kind of looks like it.
That's because he was it, dog.
I know. So why even act like that?
Okay, so Doug Jones is
Benicio
your...
del Toro as the Wolfman. I do like that. The
Okay.
new Dracula from the Netflix Dracula, that guy.
Oh, I still haven't watched
So
it.
you're
So
just
watch one
going.
and
You're
two,
not even going
for
any
sure.
original whatsoever. You're
I
just
mean,
going full.
you gotta give me some time.
Okay, so who's your mummy? The girl who was the mummy in the Tom
Oh,
Cruise
no.
shitty
The guy
mummy?
from the Brendan Fraser one.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Immortal.
October!
October.
Now your souls belong to me!
I mean, could you imagine if this mummy had those powers?
Dude,
That'd be a
Those kids would
completely
be
different
destroyed.
I'm gonna
movie.
do
Movie would be 2 minutes.
I'm gonna do Steve Buscemi as
Oh
my.
my god.
Or Wolfman.
No, yeah, he needs to be.
Oh, you know what? Can I change my Wolfman? I'm gonna do Nick Cage as Wolfman.
Oh my god.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, I think I'd pick Mark Ruffalo for Wolfman.
Oh, really?
Huh, interesting.
I mean,
The right answer is definitely Steve Buscemi.
who'd be Frankenstein?
Brendan Fraser.
Oh, fuck yeah! Actually, I would be totally down with that.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could totally
I
see
know
that.
who should be Sean's dad, who works at the police department. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there's your Nick
Oh.
Cage.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I could see that, yeah.
Just have him be like the Mandy role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working all day. What do you want me to do?
I'd color out
Drinking
his
a bottle of
face.
liquor in the bathroom in his underwear.
Like I just told you to feed the alpacas.
Goes outside, just does a line of what the fuck's out there. Goes into work. I'm ready to go. Let's do this, guys. There's monsters everywhere.
Who
Oh,
else do we got? Who should be?
Who do you guys want to do the creature?
I mean, Doug Jones is a good one.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can do so.
Or you know what? I'd probably use the guy that played the red-faced demon
Red face team.
from
Sean, I'm
Insidious.
gonna have the new Bill from It would be Sean, that kid.
Definitely
So how
got-
many-
We definitely got
Eugene needs to
I was
be-
gonna say,
Stranger
how many
Things,
kids from Stranger Things?
Stranger
would we-
Things.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
Eugene's definitely Dust. What the fuck's his name? Is it Dustin?
No,
Dustin
He's
Dustin.
Fu?
the chubby one. He's the.
Dustin's the chubby one with the teeth missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Horace.
Okay, okay,
Um,
I could see Dustin being that role.
Yeah.
Being the nerdy kid getting picked on
Yeah,
at school.
yeah, I
Yeah.
could see that role with him.
we could have. I feel like the other kid is too well known. The Mike kid, we can't have him be in it.
Is Steve Trevor gonna be Rudy?
Oh shit, that's a good call, John.
You know who I wish with a little in his youth still would be like we were talking about. Corey Feldman would have been perfect for Rudy. But
Oh, yeah.
Way too old.
he's way old now. But
I mean, I was doing
he
this
would've
fucking
been-
weird band thing. I don't really.
I'd
I
be
could
concerned
I'll
with
tell
him
you what, we
hanging
could have
around.
Feldman do the fucking song. We could have him remix the song.
Yeah.
I like your idea of Alice Cooper doing it.
Yeah.
The weird. So who's the kid? Have you guys seen is it Bad? The hell's the name like? It's not Bad Boys, right?
The boys.
The Boys, yeah.
Which one?
The main character, the kid.
The skinny kid.
Yeah, he could be the one that has the polo shirt on.
Sean.
Sean. Yeah.
He's way too old to be in elementary school.
I know. I'm trying to think of.
Are they in
young-
elementary or
young
middle?
actors.
Are you talking about the one who's like
They're in middle and Rudy's in high
trying
school,
to
right?
kill the superheroes
No,
because
Rudy's in
A-Train
middle school,
ran
right?
through? Wait,
So they're in elementary,
Yeah, I guess
right?
they are.
are you trying to tell you're saying that guy, that man, who is pissed because
yeah.
A-Train ran through his wife, his fiance, on the Boys show?
Yeah.
Should be Sean, who's like
No,
a 12-year-old kid.
The Boys isn't like the one with the kids in it. That fucking Seth
The
Rogen.
Boys is the superhero show.
No, okay, I'm
You're
thinking.
talking about the one with the kids?
Yeah, the kids. Yeah.
The one where they cuss and stuff?
Yeah.
Dude, the littlest kid would be the perfect Eugene.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd
those
be the
kids
kid
are
with the
too
dog.
small. That's the kid from The Room. The Room that actually won some Oscars, not Wise Al's Room.
Damn it.
The Disaster Artist. Because that's the name of. Isn't that the name of the?
The actual movie's called The Room.
Is
The
it?
actual movie that The Disaster Artist is based off of is called The Room. Yeah.
Yes.
Awful.
But the one that won.
I'm not telling you about any of those. I'm telling you about The Room with.
I know which one you're talking
Oh, when they
about.
lock themselves into that house or whatever, or that there's like
They're
a portal.
being held captive.
Yes.
Yes. That kid is in your Good Boys movie. And yes, he could be Eugene, sure.
Okay.
Let's wrap this casting
Yes,
thing up
let's get out of here.
we started really strong and now
Yeah, we've
Now we're throwing out
divulged from-
names.
Yeah, everywhere. I don't know kid actors, so I can't really name
Yeah.
them. So I'm just like
I can
don't know,
tell
wanna get to
you,
that movie.
Who's on the rise right
we
now?
could totally get
Let's go to Disney Channel. That's,
we could get
that's where they farm them.
Oh, okay. What you got there, man?
I mean, yeah, we could totally get like Sabrina Carpenter to be the sister who's not a virgin. The girl meets world best friend, the blonde one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could throw her up in there. She's hot right now. Not like sexually. She's like, right.
And the pedophilia talk starts once again tonight.
like Hansel, hot right now.
Yeah, like she's hot right now.
She's so hot right now.
John, what do you give this movie? For Christ's sake.
I give it a 10, even with the editing mistake.
Oh, let's talk. Yeah, we got to talk about this. So, as you watch this movie, after the portal closes, the little girl is behind the bench all the way to the left. And then there is a long cut of a shot from probably 20 yards behind the bench of the little girl crouched behind the bench solely so you can see. I'm not even convinced it's the little girl as much as just someone in a red sweater go from the right side of the bench to the left side of the bench. And then we cut to another shot. I don't even know what the other shot is. And then we cut back
It's
to
a
the little
straightforward
girl.
shot of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of her
for
face.
And she's
crying.
right back where she was before.
And then
And then it cuts
Boggles
back
my
and she's
mind.
again,
back.
and she's on the other side of the bench.
Yeah, when the
Like,
mom comes running up to grab her, she's on the other side again.
Yeah. So
it's like they just made her run around the bench and they just like rolled a bunch of footage of her running around and they just like compiled it all together for some.
Well, it's like they filmed that scene and we're like, okay, go to this side. Mom's gonna come and get you. All right, great.
I
But
honestly
then for some reason
have
they're like,
never
let's
noticed
put
until
in-
John pointed that out. By the
For
way,
some reason they're like, well, let's put in this cut of her face.
yeah.
do yourself a favor and watch that because that is
So
And
confusing.
just
Something
be
else.
as complex and profounded by why that's still in there even after it's been recut. And
$12
redid.
million budget.
Yeah. On a $12 million budget. That editor apparently did not get paid enough to do his job.
$12 million in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's a lot of money. in the 80s.
It's like 40 now.
yeah.
Actually,
That's
probably
pretty
about
close.
right.
Yeah.
Actually, thinking about it, it goes back. What did they spend all that money on?
The practical.
Probably,
effects.
yeah. The
Has to
makeup.
be.
Yeah,
Creature-
because I mean, the creature costume was
creature
amazing.
costumes,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And
they are in the movie like a lot. They
Yeah.
don't do a whole lot, but they're
You're in it.
all
Yeah,
around.
between
And the Mummy was a
between
really good
Frankenstein's
costume.
monster,
Yeah.
Mummy,
Blowing some shit
and
up.
probably
Yeah,
Wolfman, because
yeah.
Creature wasn't in it as much, but
You got the dog trainer who's on set every day because
Yeah,
of the
that's
fucking
true.
dog.
Yeah. There's actually a big cast in this movie because you have like 4 or 5 kids.
None of them are well known.
Yeah, and then but you have 4 or 5 like also grown-ups.
scary German guy, the parents.
Yeah, Scary German guy was.
You had to close a couple streets for the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was
That's some money.
Universal backlot.
Yeah, it looks like
Maybe,
a lot,
yeah.
It looked like where the clock tower
Yeah,
was
Yeah,
at.
clock
Back to the
tower.
Future.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he was,
When he's
Back
walking
to the
towards the
Future.
little girl, it's like that's Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the little park in front.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit! Alright.
That bench is literally.
How is
It's
this
like,
It's
you
still
can't-
there.
You can't tip that bench over. That's the one we used for this one. Oh, that's why she's on 3 different benches. She had to run to another one. They had to roll the camera all the way across set.
Jesus.
So is that why it was tilted over in one scene and then
Yeah.
it's also sitting up in the
Mhm.
next?
So John gives it a 10. Danielle, what do you give this movie?
Definitely a 10, of course. It is a classic for me. I grew up watching it, and yeah, it's kind of like my intro to classic monsters, Universal monsters, so definitely 10.
Andrew?
I give it an 8. I like the movie, but it's not like one of my favorite movies. I do love the song at the end. It's fucking great.
Monsters go.
It's got a lot of good special effects, like impractical effects. Special effects, not so much.
It's the right amount of cheesiness too when you're a kid.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
stuff
and
they
because I
did.
didn't see this until like I was grown up, like even like as a grown up watching it, it was like good,
Mhm.
but like I didn't watch it as a kid, so I didn't. I wish I would have because I would have loved this movie as a
Dude,
kid.
growing up, I thought all you had to do to get the army was to write a letter of crown.
Wow, see, yeah, I wish I would have known that. 'Cause I would have wrote so many goddamn fucking letters. But yeah, no, like it's a solid movie. I enjoy it every time I watch it. It's a cult classic.
I cannot in good conscience give it a 10 after the bench thing.
Sean, for
I'll give it.
that also kind of threw me off. I was like, man, now I'm gonna look for more shit in this movie. To be honest, there's not a whole lot.
No.
The Wolfman does some weird things sometimes, and I'm like, what's happening over there?
Over there. Well, we talked about, creature out of breath.
Yeah, the out of breath lagoon guy. That also like kind of threw me off. It's like like when you show up and like you're yelling surprise.
I want to hear
at
the
your
director's
friend and, like, no
direction
one else.
on that. Like,
Oh.
be excited, you guys.
Yeah. And everyone's like, no,
We don't
do
have
it
facial
now?
expressions.
And then he's doing
But
this.
do a lot of this.
And then they're like moving around.
Are we
like,
supposed
no,
to do that too?
is
It's
no
almost
one
like
else?
it's almost like they're watching Creature out to what to do.
Yeah, because the Wolfman like eventually like howls, right?
Yeah.
So like at the end of it, like
Like he's like kind of like yeah.
it's like
Ow.
come on, guys,
It
the hype
was
guy.
like-
Mommy's just kind of like
If like dude in costume and creature was actually really trying to breathe.
Yeah, I mean maybe he was like. I mean this was the '80s. Like they did not make things like very practical for actual like people to walk around in. And that
Like I
whole suit
feel
is.
it in me.
it's
Like I'm
sealed.
watching.
Yeah,
It's
so
sealed.
yeah.
That's what I feel
Yeah.
like he's doing. Like I can't breathe.
He's like trying to get it off him, and they're like, just stop, I can't fucking breathe.
Can we just do a bad lip reading and take that scene and put in some blood somewhere?
Hey you guys,
We had a dub.
you guys, hey you guys, and the Wolfman goes, hey you guys.
And Frankenstein's like, do you need me to sit up or anything? No, just lift your arm up. Just keep your hand up there. Dracula's gonna hold one finger.
Oh my god.
Do you need a hand? I got
That's it.
one.
This is the scene too, guys. This is it right here. This is the
I mean,
one.
is that supposed
This is
to
a
be
fucking
like
shot.
the big like monster?
No, this is
get
them all
together?
come together.
Yeah, this is the.
We want you
reunion.
to get animated. Don't
Yeah.
just sit there and be like,
So
We got together.
in our
We're a
park,
squad of monsters.
in our park right now, in the Camp Kill area,
Squad goals.
house-wise, we have Color Outer Space, Amityville Horror. Ride-wise, we have the Crystal Lake. The Horrific Avenue, house-wise,
Where's this go?
we got Scream, The
You didn't give us
Frighteners,
score yet.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
never
what's
gave it
your
a
score?
score. You just said I
Give me
can't
your
give it a
score.
10.
Oh, like an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Alright.
That's funny. The beach area, Marianne is a fucking house.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Eat, marry, eat.
Industrial, the Candyman, the original Candyman,
The racist one.
is a house. Yeah. International, Dead Alive and Woman in Black. Space we have no houses in. And Monsters we have no houses in.
Also, this is going to Monster House for sure.
So, John, what and where do you think this should be?
Where?
Well, I know where,
Yeah.
but I just wait for you to.
Because it's a collection of all of them, and I think it needs to go in the monsters themed area. I would like to see it as the scare zone, almost like walking in and just getting them all, the brides, having them all kind of walking around within the themed land. Just because, as far as like a house goes, I would hate to like put them all in a house, and then like if you did a house for like Dracula or something else, then it's like, well, it kind of already is a house with that character, like.
Right.
So it's like it kind of encompasses all of them by having it as the scare zone, to where you'd walk in, you'd get to see, kind of the main
street scene,
guys.
the Back to the Future area.
Yes,
Just have that hole, you have like the big black hole sucking things in.
and have Burger King.
Yes.
You gotta have some fog around there.
So much fun.
Mist and
Yeah. Lightning bolts crashing everywhere.
There you
The
go.
church.
The church.
Yeah, you totally
Dracula
do
just.
this.
Have Rudy running around killing them all.
Oh my. And
You
of
totally
course-
do
You
this.
should
as
have
a
the
scare zone.
amulet
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, that would be actually, that whole scene would be a great scare zone.
Yes.
It has all of them that like come out and yeah.
For the most part, Mummy's
around.
already dead by then, but we'll accept him to be there.
You can walk past the army as you're walking out of it.
Basically,
Yeah.
when the
Someone
park
that's for
got it, when the park closes, the army will roll into that land.
I mean, you could do an army.
Where are they at?
drive
Where are the
in.
monsters? Oh, everyone's gone. Oh.
Just have them storm the gates.
It could be your chainsaw chase out.
The army.
Just the army. fucking
Showing up late to the
just
party.
you out.
Alright, the monster's gone, now we're coming after you, motherfucker.
And then literally the ending of the whole scare zone is the theme song just playing.
That would be awesome.
Monster Squad.
Oh my god.
You're screwed. It's stuck in your head now.
So I like how they go into each character. It's great. It's like
Wolfman 2.
yeah, because it's weird because I wouldn't pick this to be a kids movie, but like the theme song is totally a kids theme song.
Yeah.
It's like literally like a child's TV show. Like
Yeah.
it's like name dropping like, oh, it's
almost
Barney
like-
and
It's almost like this is supposed to be like an animated thing, and for some reason it got lost in translation. It's like, no, it's live action, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Here's $12 million. Go
I
ahead and make
mean,
it.
was this kind of made like I don't know because it's not Universal, right? So it's not a Universal
No,
monster.
it's Lionsgate.
Because it seems like it would be like a comic book thing that got turned into. Because the
So,
storyline's kind of serious, but also kind of cheesy.
real world news. This week we got wind that Dark Harbor is canceling
Mm-hmm.
on both coasts. Jordy! Dark.
She went cry out there, bro. Is she okay?
I know, Jordy. We're all upset.
That's not a cry. That's a. Now she's gonna cry because she knows. So Dark Harbor got canceled. Disneyland delayed its opening in California, and everybody came out of the woodworks and was like, "Oh man, Disney's really leading the charge on COVID safety." Listen, I'm the biggest Disney homer in the history of Disney homers, and I admit that. If you think the reason why Disneyland is not opening is because of COVID, you are delusional. Case in point, Downtown Disney is still opening. Case in point B, Disney World is still opening. The reason why Disneyland is not opening is because California, Gavin Newsom, his nipples are getting hard about locking us back down, and he has not released the guidelines for theme parks to open in the state of California. So Disney is not opening, true, but no theme parks in California are opening because they don't have a table of people to present plans to reopen to yet, because said plans have not been created. There are no hoops for them to jump through. However, in Florida, there's plenty of hoops for them to jump through because literally every other theme park has jumped through them and is open, and Disney World opens next week. Why that is interesting is because Disney threw in the towel to their Halloween event in Florida. They haven't said anything about their Halloween event here, which I find is interesting as well. Why wouldn't you just cancel both coasts if you're going to cancel one? Everyone started freaking out about Halloween Horror Nights and other Halloween events in Florida when they did this. But after the initial freak out, everybody kind of came around and said, well, what do they offer, Disney, in their Halloween event? They offer a fireworks show, they offer a parade, and they offer trick-or-treating. So you have large group of people, and then hand-to-hand with cast member handing you food. All of which are no-goes for theme park operations currently. So why would
Jack Skellington like having to throw shit at you?
Yeah. So
what about tongs?
Yeah. I mean, you could make
put
that
sneeze
work,
guards on the candy and just be like, "Would you have to?"
Little
But you still
Pokemobiles.
have,
Little
like I
Pokemobiles.
said,
They
the
drive around in
fireworks
Pokemobiles.
and then
So
Little
there's,
plexi box glasses.
but the point being is there's
dance
no
around
amount
poles.
of entertainment for them to offer a special ticket to that they wouldn't just offer to a crowd with Halloween shit up in the park anyway. Like, I'm sure they'll still put up jack-lanterns and shit, but there's no, why would you cut your attendance even further for a special event at this point when you could just have the park open until 8 o'clock at night and call it good anyway? So we have.
Because they charge more for a small time frame for people to show up.
I don't know what they charge in Florida. I know the 1 day ticket price. The one thing.
Yeah, I don't know what
Here-
their prices are.
I know Disneyland, it was the same amount to go for the day as it would be to go to the Halloween thing. So if you didn't give a shit about the Halloween stuff, you could buy the Halloween ticket and ride all the rides with no line because everyone's doing the Halloween shit. So if you didn't want to go to the park during like a normal operating day and you didn't care about Halloween necessarily, I know here in California it was kind of a win because you could just get on everything during the Halloween party. Which I'm sure the people in Florida do that, but I know World in Florida offers after hour stuff a whole lot more often.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have this inside source who's been feeding me information, and he finally said, you can start revealing what I am telling you on the show, but this person will not accept my friend request because he's scared that people who listen to this will know that he works for Universal, and then he's going to get tied back to leaking this information, which I don't know how true that is or how many people care enough to be able to crack the code.
So is there a reliable source then?
Yeah,
No, he is.
I just want to be your friend.
No, he is. I mean, the shit that he's sending me is. I mean, he's either got a very elaborate imagination or it's like, okay, you're what you're telling me is what you're telling me. But what he has said is that the rumored Bride of Frankenstein, Bride of Dracula, just Universal Monsters Bride's house, he has seen the facade being built, and that is 100% happening. This person's position in Universal is a job that puts him both behind scenes and in front of guests. So he's kind of seeing it from both angles. So there's that, and he's also saying that the Icon house featuring Jack the Clown is going to be towards the back of the house or back of the park. And he has said, he sent me that the internal thing they've moved, Universal has moved from hiring scare actors to hiring security personnel, which all that translates to is internal jargon for, hey, at the end of the month, if you haven't applied for a job, we're now going to open it up to people who have not worked for us before. So get your shit in now if you're interested in working the event. So it's basically stage 2 of their internal hiring and application process. So he got that memo sent to him. And they filmed a TV commercial a week before we went on break. They were filming it. Apparently, it features Jack and half a dozen other icons, and he's walking through the. If you research the original character, he's kind of centered around an insane asylum, and so he's walking through the original hallway of the insane asylum, saying that he's back again, and the other icons kind of flank him as he's walking through. And they said they filmed several takes, one of which even has like a quirk at social distancing and all of that. So they also filmed.
Can we just get the commercial of Santa walking through one of the mazes again?
And so
that was great with the elf.
Wear a mask, motherfucker.
Jingle bells.
And then they got, they filmed the crooked neck lady from Haunting of Hill House. So that is been a long-stead rumor that is going to be kind of like their Stranger Things property this year, as far as a major intellectual property. And that has been all but confirmed that that's going to be kind of the first major announcement that is around the corner. The other interesting thing is that the Twitter account started sending permission granted forms. Can't really call it a non-disclosure agreement because you're not non-disclosing anything. It's more like a property agreement to use your Twitter handle for certain people on Twitter who have been asking for a house announcement for the last several months, really, since we originally went on lockdown. Stuff like, is the event happening? Can you tell us something? Blah, blah, blah. When are we getting a house announcement? Like, replies from Universal are, this is very interesting tweet. Why don't you click here and agree so we can use this? So from a film editing perspective, for their first commercial, I can imagine it's going to be like something along the lines of, you've waited and you want it, and they're going to flash all these Twitters from fans, saying, we want something, and then they're going to announce it. California is moving at such a slow pace, backwards pace. Knott's and Universal are working on construction. Disneyland is now finishing their Avengers Land in California Adventure. So people are like going back to work and building campus. Excuse me. So they're building
Avengers
shit.
campus.
Yes. They're building shit in all these theme parks.
Professor X's fucking school for exceptionary children, man.
They haven't touched the X-Men in the Disney movie. Stop whispering.
I'm right next to
It's like ASMR. Like, what are you doing?
That's what I'm known for.
Capital Public Radio.
So
Welcome, dolls, kittens.
anyway, within
Cool cats and
with
kittens.
California, point being though is that as long as they're still building, really, they only need to open up. Because Universal is casting. I don't know if Knott's is casting, but that audition call went out to both coasts.
Yeah. Well, the last thing we saw, Knott says they're not opening until December, but that doesn't specify whether they might just run Scary Farm and not open up the park. So that's why we don't know exactly what their game plan is there.
Because I know Ashley saw dates or something that they had said.
Yeah, they like post, but again, it was only for Scary Farm. They weren't posting any dates for the park itself. So that's why it's like we don't know
But with
what
them
their game plan is.
with them building stuff, it's almost like you could, if you really wanted to post tickets to the event and kind of bank on the hope that you're going to be able to open at the end of September, you could build it. It's just such a gamble to build it.
Yeah.
Whereas in
I
Florida,
think Knott's has a little bit of leeway because if they really wanted to, they could build it, take it down, or some of them are up in their warehouses all year long.
right?
And then next year, it'll just be like, hey, here's this new maze, even though they built it last year. So,
Right.
I mean, they do have an option for that, but
Which Universal's
I don't
kind
know.
of put all their chips on the table
Yeah.
because they're building the mazes where they will have to take them down if the park
Yeah.
doesn't open and then reopens to the public. Like they are in
Yeah.
public space right now.
I wonder if they just leave them open until whenever they decide to just do like a late Halloween thing.
yeah, I'd be down for that.
I mean, Universal won't just because they have a Christmas event that
Yeah.
backs up into the Halloween thing.
Basically, Halloween Horror Nights like shuts down the park operating hours like a lot.
So, but in Florida and on the East Coast, and even some private events here in California are starting to announce that they are going forward until they are told they cannot. Florida, right now, if I was gonna bet on anything, it doesn't seem like they are closing. The, go-
Florida's could be like
the governor said that he won't close it, and
quarantine the whole
if
state.
if Disney is going to be open, Universal's going to be open.
Yeah,
And if Universal's going to be open, they will do Halloween Horror Nights in some capacity.
especially if they know Walt Disney World's not doing their Halloween event. That's going to be
Oh yeah.
their big up on them.
The thing, there's rumors of them using an app and virtual queues this year. But here's the other thing to consider. Right now, we can't go anywhere as Americans to another country. But a major part of why Florida's Halloween Horror Nights is always super crowded is you have people from the
International.
UK and internationally come to Orlando.
It's the same
This
thing
is
with
why all
Walt
the-
Disney World actually too.
This is why all the theme parks, if you look on the app, because my wife and I, we are planning, unless they close the park, to go to Universal this fall, Orlando, regardless of Horror Nights happening or not. And if you look at the app, the wait times for like rides that were 12 hours with Hagrid's right now are 20 minutes because the only people who can go to the parks are domestic travelers. And you combine that with a combination of people are freaked out, understandably, right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking about an event with Halloween Horror Nights, Florida or here in California, that is shoulder to shoulder. Houses are 2.5 hours to get into on the busiest of nights. You're going to cut that wait time, I'm guessing, in a third. I'm going to say probably half an hour to 45 minutes at most,
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to have to cut capacity anyway to the event.
You have to be 6 feet
And
apart.
right, and so you're gonna have a virtual time, fast pass-esque time to go to the maze. You're talking about a Halloween event that you may actually consider going to just on the basis of you're probably not going to deal with this small amount of people at an event at this scale ever again. So that is something to consider as well. Again, our inside sources are telling us expect something really soon, probably within the next week or so. I'm not thinking they just rolled out that Born Spectacular thing and all of their stuff has been promoting that. So I'm guessing that on the Florida side of things, you're going to see tickets go on sale by the middle of July. And when tickets go on sale, if you're looking to go, I would buy my ticket because you can always get it refunded if they cancel it. If they cancel the event, you're gonna get your money back. There's
free next year, right? Probably.
Yeah, I would see them.
That's what Midsummer kind
I
of
think that's what a lot of places are doing, so they don't go under. Is that they're probably not going to tell you when they're shutting down until they have to shut down, if they do.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're going to do is just going to push it to next year.
They may do some kind of an offer, I think, with the theme park, just because.
Well, I mean that's
what
airlines have been doing. They're not refunding anyone's money, but they'll give you a credit for the next year.
No, right, but the theme parks up until this point, Disney and Universal, just in general, for a general park ticket, have been really good about if your planned vacation, because you may not be able to go back next year.
Yeah.
So they have given you the option, you can take this ticket that's good for whenever.
Yeah.
Or we'll just refund your money. They're doing the same thing with their annual pass holders right now.
All right.
Our annual passes are gonna expire at the end of September. But when Disneyland first closed, they did the option of, for the amount of time that we're closed, we'll just extend your pass.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you want option A, you want option B. So we'll give you the money back, or we'll just give you the time when we're able to give you the time.
That's pretty good.
So
I actually think if Universal or Knott's offered up a thing basically saying, if you want to help support us and if you buy a ticket now and it would be good for next year or something, I think I'd buy the ticket.
the other thing that we're thinking about doing too
Buy a
is,
ticket now and get next year at half price, something like that.
Yeah.
well, that's the other thing that I don't know about Disney World, but Universal Orlando that we're gonna do, just because we are going back to Florida next summer for a wedding, is the cost of a park ticket for Universal is $75 less than buying an annual pass. And right now, because of everything that's going on, Orlando's annual pass is a year and a half. If you have an annual pass, you get discounted Halloween Horror Nights tickets. So we're fuck. Regardless, if they're open and there is no Halloween Horror Nights, you buy the annual pass right now. That guarantees you a discounted ticket at worst case for Halloween Horror Nights next year, and you have an annual pass if you can get to Florida twice within the calendar year and a half.
Then you could go on Velocicoaster, which is not announced yet.
Right. And so it's when you're doing the math in your head,
just hanging out.
they're all
Get my boy
offering
Blue.
they're all making a very desirable. It's like going to Vegas right now. Every stoplight we were getting offered 2 free drinks when you buy one from these bars.
Were the prostitution cards being handed out
no,
like crazy?
dude, that's the one thing that took the hardest hit. There's no you can't really do a strip club right now.
The whole sex business is now.
Damn.
They just have gone completely online.
They can't just wear masks and say it's okay.
Solo Zoom session.
It's like biohazard lap dances.
They set their own bar up in their pole in their living room, and you just gotta watch. You can throw money at the screen and make it feel there.
I've seen.
It just sounds
I've
depressing.
seen them advertise.
Anyway.
I've seen burlesque shows advertising, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, there's actually a bunch of them doing that, which
it's not far fetched to see a strip club doing it.
Oh, I know that. I know the strip club thing actually happens. I know that for sure.
Oh, they do that?
Yeah. That's a real thing. That's not me making it up, you guys.
Thanks, Kane.
No, I mean, just in case you were wondering, that's yeah.
We weren't.
How could I get a special dance, fans only?
That's...
Cost $20.
Anyway, construction on LA, interesting development. The house that everyone thought was going to be Texas Chainsaw at the Waterworld, Q, you said was brick.
Yeah, it has it almost looks like a giant warehouse or like a castle setting, and it's got tons of windows. So that's why people are like, well, it's not the
Texas
Sawyer
Chainsaw.
house, unless it's supposed to be the factory or something. But even then, it doesn't look like it would be a factory facade.
Yeah, it looks like a house. It looked like a house. The last Santa Monica drone. Shout out to Santa Monica drone.
Yeah, that was what it came from, the latest one. And it's
man.
all painted and everything, so... Which I hope it's not just painted. I really want Universal to get back to doing good 3D like facades.
What I would expect the Haunting of Hill House to be in the soundstage.
Oh God,
You would have to put it in a soundstage.
it's gonna be so good.
Like have that be like the permanent Netflix like maze
That
location.
I mean, you just have to do that house in a soundstage to do it
I would love
justice.
to see that.
I haven't heard
I'll
anything
have to
about them
house.
building in that soundstage at all.
I'll leave it to Hollywood to.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Hollywood's. I mean, we've talked for multiple years over the fact to go back to 6 or 7 houses and decrease the
Right.
black hallways.
Right now it's 4 confirmed houses being built.
And the rumor is 7.
Jesus.
So instead of 10.
Hmm.
So they are definitely scaling Hollywood's down.
Yeah.
Which I just want to ride that secret light to pets.
Right? It
That-
probably won't even be open during Halloween Horror Nights.
Well, Nintendo World they halted all of that.
Yeah, which is too
Nintendo
bad.
World coming out?
It's gonna be amazing.
Wow.
Oh fuck my life.
Mario Kart ride's gonna be the best ride
Shut
ever.
What
the
the hell?
fuck up.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Are you actually in go-karts and you shoot
Yeah.
You
They're supposed to be like trackless, and like your car could get hit by something, and it's gonna spin out. And it's through Bowser's castle.
Yeah, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I don't go to theme parks, but I would for that ride.
Yeah.
Hell,
Damn, Rise of the Resistance won't get Andrew out, but
You wanna
Mario
go-
Kart will.
You want to go for Avengers Campus, huh?
You're
Not
gonna have
after
to
that name.
You're gonna have to sell me on a specific ride or experience that's gonna make me want to
You're
if I'm
gonna-
gonna hang out with Peter Parker,
Yeah.
like and swing through webs.
That is the ride at Disneyland.
What really?
Yeah.
How? Do
And
you
then they're
say
gonna
that?
do, and then
Are
they're gonna
they
do
gonna
the
put you in like a
Quinn-
harness and you like?
And then they're gonna do the Quinjet. Later
Avengers
on,
ride.
the Quinjet to Wakanda, and you're apparently going to eject out of the Quinjet into a battle.
Yeah. We'll see.
You're more excited about the Spider-Man thing,
I
okay?
am, actually.
Alright.
They
Anyway,
have a
next
Spider-Man
week is
ride at Universal Orlando right now.
dude. The Spider-Man ride at Universal Orlando is so much fun.
So what do you do in it?
You're
You're
with
riding.
Spider-Man. And he's fighting bad
You're
guys.
with Spider-Man.
Are you like sitting in a seat?
Like it's
or
a
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
it's
ride
like-
vehicle, and you go up to like screens,
It's like
and
it's
it's like
super
3D
fucking
and stuff.
3D and 4D, and he like swings and he lands on the vehicle, and your vehicle moves and shit.
See, I like those like Spider-Man video games have always been my favorites when like they first came out.
Yeah, the
because-
ride's like the video game.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, it's like the animation of a video game.
Hobgoblin attaches you to his hoverboard and
So is it Spider Verse or is it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
There's no Miles Morales yet. Come on, man.
This was
Coming out
old.
too?
This was old, and they can't
This is
do anything.
from like 2000.
Yeah.
They got
Oh.
this part.
And they
I
can't
guess-
update
guess
it at
never
all.
said that.
They updated it to 4K. That's like their latest thing.
Oh.
They
This
can't
is like
do any
Spider-Man
like,
the cartoon
yeah.
from back in the day.
They can't do any big changes to it because
Sony and Disney.
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, getting off track. Next week is Ashley's pick. What I think I know what she's gonna pick, but go
Yeah.
ahead, John.
She's picking Ghost Ship.
Oh no.
Which is a
Yes.
underappreciated film,
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've seen it. It's I remember
especially
being-
for
I can't
brutal.
watch that one.
what's her name in the web
Why?
the red
I
dress.
can't.
Well, one scene.
There's no clown.
No, I'll barf.
Oh no, it's
I'll
gory
barf.
as
I
fuck.
can't.
That's awesome.
You're not gonna like mine next week because it's gonna be it's a really gory.
Your pick's in 2 weeks.
I literally
Oh, I guess you are.
threw
after
up
Ashley,
in
yeah.
the kitchen sink like the first part of the movie.
Mm.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Is that with the line that goes
Yes,
across?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
It's awesome.
It's a pretty dope scene.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Which we even have a full video submission of what she wants for it in the park.
All right. So next week is Ghost Ship. Also, I can say this for haunt season this year. Last year we did a special haunt season watch along of Hocus Pocus. I can confirm that this year's special haunt scene watch along movie, Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh my
Dude,
Okay,
god.
we're watching that before I leave
You know,
this. I have to watch.
I
it.
almost brought up the main kid from Monster Squad almost looks just like the main kid from
No,
Ernest.
I haven't
Scared Stupid.
seen that
It's not the same kid as her.
forever.
Love that movie.
It's another sinister creature con we need to get the guy.
Do you-
who's the troll.
I've seen
you
it
own it?
once.
I don't own it.
I have it. I'll bring it.
One
That's a-
time.
there's
And I
a-
barely remember it.
Oh man, my dad used to put that on every Halloween. That's one of my dad's
Yep.
favorite Halloween.
Miak. So open
Hey,
up,
booger lips. Yeah.
So eat me, I can die.
Martin, what do you do?
Rim shot.
Anyway, so there's a little tease for
Mm.
later on this year.
I like it.
So next week, go
That's
ship.
why I like Comedy Horrors, because literally that fucking movie.
Ernest scared stupid.
Oh yeah, I
love
thought
it.
it was so funny growing
Started
up,
it all.
and then it was kind of scary too. So I was like, oh, this is giving me feelings.
All
about-
right.
what
On that
about-
note, thanks for watching. Or thanks for listening, and we will be back next week with Ghost Ship and more of Andrew's feelings.
Yes. Can I share all my feelings now?
No.
Oh.
What about Ernest rides Splash Mountain?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it was a thing.
Uh-huh.
It was for the opening.
Huh.
He was like running through Disneyland to get to Splash Mountain to get on it.
I miss him so much. He was hilarious.
Jim Vernon. Damn, this is gonna be part of the Lake Show.
Oh my god.
The Color of Space Water Show. This song is in there. For the whole Monsters Land montage, it's this song for that part of the water show.
Yes. It is.
This is very much like a
It's like cool
90s
Yeah.
cartoon, like this is like DuckTales, like intro, or even Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous.
Just